Ever feel as if you're walking through a religious midway? We hear about Moses from the Torah and Muhammad from the Quran. The Buddhists invite us to meditate and to seek nirvana or to levitate. The palm reader wants to look at your hand. The TV evangelist wants your money. The neighbors look at the stars and astrology. The agnostics believe that no one knows. The hedonists don't care. The atheists believe that there's really nothing to know. Hey, try my witchcraft. Psst, over here. Interested in the New Age? In channeling? Ever try Scientology? What's a Christian to do? Where do we go? Mecca? Salt Lake City? Rome? Therapy? Aromatherapy? Sure, a lot of voices out there today. Makes one want to cry, Father, help me out, please. And if that's where you are today, then Luke 9 is for you. That was the day that God said once and for all. Listen to him. Jesus took Peter and James and John and went up on a mountain to pray, and while they were praying, the appearance of his face became different, and his clothing became white and gleaming. I always kind of liken it to, how many have ever seen an arc welder? That's the kind of gleam that we're looking at, folks, when you're talking about Jesus. I would like to have heard that prayer. What words altered the very face of Christ and made him change into something new? I remember the first time that I left home. While each mile I felt my courage kind of melt away, and at one point I got so homesick that I forced my head into the pillow and I wept. You know, cell phones hadn't been invented then, and to call home was so expensive. I felt really alone. And I wondered maybe if Jesus had those same kinds of feelings when he prayed, knowing that his road home would pass through Calvary. Maybe that's why he placed that call to his Father, and God answered by sending Moses and Elijah. They were the perfect to give comfort to the Son of God. You see, Moses understood tough journeys, and Elijah could relate to unusual exits. And so Jesus talks about his departure from Jerusalem, and Peter and James and John, what do? They take a nap. All at once they wake up and they saw the glorious Christ and Moses and Elijah with him. Peter wanted to build some structures. He wanted to keep them there. He again missed the point. I wonder what you and I would do. Peter didn't know what to say, but it didn't stop him from talking. 3 monuments, 3 heroes, great plan, just not in God's playbook. It wasn't wrong what Peter was saying. It wasn't wrong that Peter put Jesus on the same level with Moses and Elijah. God comes in the form of a cloud and a blue sky, and he shouts, "This is my son, the chosen one. Listen to him." If this passage is saying anything, it's saying listen. In the other Gospels, God speaks only twice. Once at Jesus' baptism, and here at the Transfiguration. And both times he says, "This is my beloved Son." At the baptism, he ends up by saying, "In whom I am well pleased." And on the mountain, he ends up saying, "Listen to him." He didn't say, "Listen to them." He could have. I mean, who else would be more willing to listen 2, then Moses, Elijah, Peter, James, and Jesus. All of the greats of the Bible were there. No waiting. You know, as I wrote this particular part of the sermon, I was on hold with the phone company. I wanted to talk to someone, anyone, at the phone company, but nobody came. I thought how poetic it was in some respects. You know? Yes, God could have said that these are my priceless servants, listen to them. But he simply said, listen, this is my son. Listen to him. Jesus is the one with a definitive voice in the universe. So many have a hard time with this. They call Jesus godly, God-like, God-inspired. They call him a voice, but not the voice. A good man, but not God-man. Yet to use the term good man is so wrong. A good man wouldn't say that what Jesus said or claimed to be what Jesus was. A liar would. You see, if you call Jesus anything but God, then you end up with a dilemma. No one believed that Jesus was God more than Jesus believed it himself. His followers worshiped him, and he didn't stop them. Some of his disciples called him the Son of God, and he let them. At his trial, they asked him, "Are you the Son of the living God?" And he said, "Yes, I am." He came to give his life as a ransom for many. He laid his life down. No one took it from him, and he took it up again. You know what? You and I can't do that. But God can do that. He said, "He who has seen me has seen the Father." You and I can't make statements like that and be truthful about it. And the topper is when Jesus said, "Before Abraham was, I am." This almost got him killed. Why? Because only God could say, "I am the great I am." Make no mistake about it. Jesus saw himself as God. Now we either accept this fact and receive him as God, or we must reject him as a liar and an imposter. Folks, there's no middle ground here. None. When it comes to Christ, you must decide. Call him crazy or crown him king. Dismiss him as a fraud or declare him to be God. Walk away from him or bow before him. But folks, don't ever play games with him. Don't call him a great man. Don't list him among decent folks. Don't lump him with Moses, Elijah, Buddha, Joseph Smith, Mohammed, or Confucius. He didn't leave that option. He is either God or he is godless. Heaven sent or hell bent. All hope or all hype. But nothing in between. Think about it for a moment. Would you want Jesus to be anything less? We need a distinctive voice in our noisy world. And I leave you with this thought. Don't ever walk the midway of life alone. Keep your hand in his and your eyes on him. And when he speaks, for God's sake, listen to him. Amen.